We were graphing the quadratic equations. We started by finding the vertex. So on number 1, do you guys know where the vertex is going to be?
Number 1 is going to be at 0.
It's at 0, 0. How do you know that? Well, there's no like plus or minus out here. What's that 3 going to do to the graph?
Steeper.
Makes it 3 times steeper. But the vertex is still going to be at 0, 0. Once you find the vertex, it kind of makes it easier to graph the rest of it. What did we do after we got the vertex? Choose some numbers close to the vertex to find out what's going on around it. So if I plug in x is 1, 1 squared times 3. And if I plug in 2, 2 squared is 4 times 3. Whoops, hang it.
That movie about like those turkeys going back in time to save Thanksgiving.
That movie's so stupid. It's really good. It's like super stupid. It is.
Okay, 0, 0,
The movie.
1, 3, 3, 12. 1, 2, 3, 12. Okay, then what did we do at this point?
Flip it over.
We did the mirror points over on the other side. I don't know why that graph is left centered. Maybe it's right off in this.
Yeah, that's trickery right there.
No, grab that dot.
I can't stop myself.
Okay. Okay. Number 3, I'm guessing we forgot this one. How do we find the vertex if it's in standard form?
You put 0 for C?
No.
That's the other part.
Okay. If it's in standard form, it's been a while. We didn't do this very much, but use kind of the first part of the quadratic formula, negative b over 2a. That's going to tell you where the middle of the graph is for the x value. So what's my negative b going to be? Negative 2, 2 times a, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, and that's 1. Okay, 1, x equals 1 is the middle of the graph. So that's where the vertex, the axis of symmetry, x equals 1, and it's also where the vertex is at. How do I find the y value that goes with the x value? Right, plug 1 in for the x, and then see what y equals in that case. If I plug in 1, is this first term going to be negative 1 or positive 1? It's going to be negative 1, because the negative is not squared. So that's actually a negative 1. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, if I plug in, what else should I plug in? That's the vertex. What else should I plug in? 2, 3. If I plug in 2, this would be negative 4 plus 4, 0, plus 1. Plug in 3, this would be negative 9 plus 6, negative 3 plus 1. Why are the numbers getting lower? Because there's a negative on the x squared, it's going to go down. So 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, negative 2.
Why is it built like this?
Why are you so
Oh, wait, no.
Is this good? What are they doing?
Uh, yes, you can.
Maybe I am foolish. Maybe
They all fit on there. Maybe not well, but they might be off to the side, but they still fit.
racist. You don't know, dude.
Yes, I know.
Who named this? Oh, it's art.
Okay,
He said you were a teacher. I think you'd be like a PE teacher that forced them to like run.
Someone be a PE teacher.
Probably
Like,
four.
is Martin kind of PE teacher? This is the example. That's what you did.
We don't take it like that.
okay, what should we do first on this one?
Take that. B. Negative B.
Negative b over 2a. Remember the quadratic formula? Negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a? That part, the front part. Negative b would be 8. 2a would be 2, so that's 4. What do I do with the 4? That's the middle of the graph. How do I find the y value that goes with it?
Plug it in.
Put 4 in for x. 16 minus 32 is negative 16 plus 13. Okay, if I plug in a couple other numbers, maybe 3 and 2. 3 squared is 9, minus 24 is negative 15, plus 13 is negative 2. 2 squared 4 minus 16 is negative 12, plus 13. 1. Dang it. Oh well. Okay. 4 negative.
I saw that one earlier. It was right here.
Oh, was it like a little mountain?
Yeah.
It was like flying right here, and I was like, oh.
Right over my face. Maybe I just saw it. Kind of if it goes in front of something black, you can't see it anymore. Okay, 4 negative 3, 3 negative 2, 2 1. It's like that. Oh, it's back. I don't want to get its guts on the smart board. Yeah, I got
Such a
it.
boon, bro. It's a war. Let's do it.
Maybe lots of my thoughts.
So we got it. It's over.
Zero fun, no love, no life.
I feel like dog.
And they won't last forever. So shut up.
Okay.
Exactly, bro.
And my life
If only
you.
Mr. First you heard the video.
Okay,
So,
what's different about number 7? Okay,
yeah, that.
it's in vertex form, not standard form. It's called vertex form because you can kind of see the vertex. What does the minus 3, what's that going to do to the graph? Right 3. What's this going to do? Up 1. So the vertex, if the graph's moving right 3, up 1, the vertex must be right 3, up 1, 3, 1. Okay, and then same thing as the other problems, just plug in a couple more numbers. I plug in 2, 2 minus 3 is negative 1, squared is 1, plus 1 is 2. If I plug in 1 minus 3 is negative 2, squared is 4, plus 1.
5. Ew.
Are you mocking my vertical?
No, you're back and early.
Bro.
Shut up. They would want
Hurts about to snap.
Guys,
We should have made crack.
don't do my mouth. No. Dude, my ears are like
really hurt.
Oh, for a while.
Too much of the girls. Like, they're burning right now.
Why?
Here's our first I can hear a single thing. Get out.
So that kind of stuff.
You have that negativity. Whose phone is that?
I couldn't show it, I just went.
It's so
Whack.
All right, numero uno. Okay, here's how I'm gonna do this. Number one on the next page. It's long division. It says divide, doesn't say you have to do long division. Shh. Doesn't say you have to do long division or synthetic division. So I'm gonna do 1 and 3 long division, 6 and 7 synthetic division, and number 9 and 10 are a little different. So basically, we're gonna have to do long division on those two. Okay, number 1. So I'm gonna go a little bit slow because Willow hasn't seen this yet. I'm gonna try to go slow.
How is the quiz? How much is that? How much is it?
What?
How much is the quiz?
I don't know. Usually I make them about like 60 points or maybe 50 or something, like half a test. Huh.
Which ones were the long divisions?
Why are you looking at this?
They're all the
Why are you
same.
looking back?
You can use long division or short division to do number 1. The 9 and 10, your divisors, like 2x plus 3 on number 9, are a little more complicated, so you can't just use.
So for the evens, you don't care which one?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
But I am going to do long division on 1 and 3 and then a couple synthetic. Okay, so you guys remember how this starts?
And
Willow? So we got m squared divided by m is what? What's m squared divided by m? M. Okay, then you're going to take m times this, times the divisor, both of them, like distribute. Put it down here and subtract. So m times m minus 8 is what? M squared minus 8m. Okay, but when you do long division, you always subtract this line. So when you subtract all this stuff, you really are going to subtract the m squared, but you're actually going to end up adding the m. Because minus and minus becomes a plus. So the m squared is going to go away. M squared minus m squared. And the negative 7m plus 8m, just m. Then we bring down the next term and start, yeah, most of these have, maybe all of them have remainders, actually. And you start over. What is m divided by m? 1. So I'm going to put a plus 1 right here. Then I'm going to do the same process as I did before. 1 times both of these. Put it down here and subtract. So what's 1 times m minus 8? M minus 8. But I'm subtracting this line, so that'll become a minus and a plus.
Why is it so long?
It's called long division for a reason. Okay, it's called polynomial long division as opposed to normal long division. M minus m is nothing. Negative 11 plus 8. Okay, there's nothing left to bring down. Negative 3 is the remainder. So the way I had them do, you remember how you wrote remainders on like normal division? 7 divided by 3 is 2.
I like that.
Well, R1, or once we got to like 6th grade, we did like 1/3 with fraction forms, like that over that. So I'm having him do it that way. So put negative 3 over the divisor m minus 8.
I'm not gonna remember that. 7 and 6.
It's not that bad.
Oh, actually, yeah, and then you're bullying me.
I wasn't looking.
Hope would never bully anyone.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Bro, I look back at you, you like freeze.
She's a living saint. Number 3. Okay.
17, you know.
Alright, how are we gonna start?
N.
What's n squared divided by n?
N.
N. What's n times n plus 5?
5N. N squared.
N squared plus 5n.
What are you?
Shh. But we're subtracting the bottom line. So the n squareds go away. 10n minus 5n is 5n. Bring the next term down. Start over. What do I mean by start over? Remember at the beginning I said what's n squared divided by n? Now it's what's 5n divided by n. 5n divided by n is 5.
Dang.
Shush.
That wasn't big.
Okay, 5 times n plus 5 is 5n plus 25. But we're subtracting the bottom line. First term goes away every time. 18 minus 25 is negative 7, and that's the remainder. I'm pretty sure, I didn't really look carefully, but I think all of these have remainders. So I'm going to put the remainder over n plus 5. Okay. I am going to jump to number 6 because guess why? No, I wouldn't say it's harder, but what's different about it? There's only 2 terms on the front, so it's not going to work if you don't write it correctly. So what's the a squared minus 28? What's it missing? It's missing, yeah, the second term, right? It's missing the a term. So you can't just write this though. You can't just write a squared minus 28. You need a placeholder for the a term. So what you do is you just put a 0a right there where the a term normally would be. And then it should divide okay. However, I'm going to do synthetic division. So, you guys remember how that worked? Okay, you take your coefficients, your a, b, and c is 1, 0, negative 28. Even synthetic division, you need a 0. 1, 0, negative 28. And what do we put in the box over here?
Plus 5.
Positive 5. We always do the opposite of the divisor. So it's a 5.
Are we gonna have to do this on a quiz, or can we just do it on division?
I'll say it's probably okay both ways. Okay, you guys remember the pattern?
Add down.
Add down, there's nothing to add the 1 to, so it just stays 1. And then you're gonna multiply up here. So you always multiply by the number you put in the box. So 1 times 5 is 5. Add down, 0 plus 5. Multiply up, 5 times 5. And add down, negative 28 plus 5. Okay, yesterday, or Friday, I mean, we didn't have any remainders, but today we do. So this is a remainder. This is the constant, like the normal number, and this is the x term, or a term, I guess. So it kind of goes like, just like this, like remainder, normal number, n term. If there was another number, it'd be the n squared, n cubed. They're the coefficients. So this stands for 1a, or just a plus 5 with a remainder of negative 3. A plus 5, remainder of negative 3. You should get the same answer if you do that with long division. So yeah, on the Friday homework, all the synthetic, they had a zero remainder, made it a little bit easier to check it at least.
No.
It's not like it's hard to do a little number.
I'm crying.
Okay, number 7, I'm gonna do synthetic again. So what are my coefficients for number 7? What's my ABC? 1, 14, 38. What am I gonna put in the box? -8. Okay, adding down 1 plus nothing is 1. Multiply up. 1 times -8. Adding down 14 minus 8. Multiply up 6 times -8. Adding down, no. Okay, last number is the remainder. And on 7, these are R's. So what does this stand for? The divisor is, if it's, that's -8, is R plus 8. Or it just says it right there. Okay, number 9, synthetic division, and 10. Synthetic division doesn't work that well. Can you guys tell why?
It looks like there's an X.
Because you're dividing by a 2x plus 3. You can't just plug in like -3 or -3 halves or whatever. It just doesn't quite work. There is some way to do it. I kind of forgot what the trick is, but it's probably honestly just easier to use long division. Okay, so I'm just going to do long division. Dividing by 2x plus 3. Alright, how did we start? What's 2x squared divided by 2x? X. Then we do x times this. And we subtract. Gone. -20x. Start over. What's -20x divided by 2x? -20x divided by 2x is -10. -10, bottom, -10 times this is -20x minus 30. But we're subtracting the bottom line, so plus plus, gone, -8. So the remainder is -8. All right, for number 10, it's kind of like number 6. You're going to have to add a plus 0x in the middle there for your long division.